Hi guys, these questions are aimed at 11 plus preparing for entrance examinations into grammar schools. Order these numbers in descending order. A good way of going about this is to multiply each of these numbers by 100 and then you get a set of whole numbers. It'll be a lot easier for you to reorder them. So if we have 0.1 times 100, this gives us 10. 0.01 times 100 is 1. 1.1 times 100 is 110. 1.01 times 100 is 101. And 1.11 times 100 is 111. So in descending order, starting obviously with the largest, will be 1.11 followed by 1.1, then we have 1.01, then 0.1, and lastly 0.01. So in descending order, we've ordered these numbers, and the approach was to multiply by 100 to make them all whole numbers. A petrol container holds 6 1/4 litres of petrol. A driver uses 2 3/8 litres of that petrol for a trip. How much petrol remains in the tank? And that's just simply asking to take away 2 3/8 from 6 1/4. And this can be written as improper fractions as 25/4 minus 19/8. And we can write equivalent fraction of 25/4 as 50/8 minus 19/8. In this fraction we just multiply the numerator and denominator by 2, so we have a common denominator here, and this gives us 31/8, which simplifies to 3, 24 and 7/8 litres remaining in the tank. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Alistair. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Writing pads cost £7.50 each and pencils 50p each. How many pencils can we buy or can be bought for the price of 2 writing pads? First of all, we should find out what's the cost of 2 writing pads, and that would be 2 pads will cost £7.50 times 2, which is £15 for 2 writing pads. And we know that one pencil costs 50p, so we need to find out how many of those can we buy with £15. Well, £15 is 1,500 pence. So number of pencils, that can be bought is 1,500 divided by 50 to give us 30 pencils. A packet of sugar weighs 500 grams. A jar of jam weighs 450. and a bag of potatoes weighs 1.5 kilograms. What is the total weight of these items in grams? Well, you know the sugar is 500 grams, jam is 450. We have potatoes at 1.5 kilograms. We know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. So 1.5 kilograms is the same as 1.5 times 1,000, which, if we write that and we add the 3 zeros, we have 1 decimal place, which will give us 1,500 grams. So now we can total, so the potatoes, 1,500 grams, and we can sum all of these. 5, 10, 14. So the total of these 3 items, total weight is 2,450 grams. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful for especially 11+ students. I'll see you in the next video and keep practicing. Bye for now. Dan's average score on 7 tests was 80. He scored a total of 486 marks on the first 6 of those tests. How many did he score on the 7th test? Well, to find an average, we normally sum up the number of data items, let's call that sum x, and divide it by the number of data items. In this case, there were 7 of them. And this is equivalent to 80, as the problem says. His score on 7 tests, the average was 80. And so we can calculate, this implies that x is equal to 7 times 80, which is 560 marks. He scored 486 marks on the first 6 of those tests. How many did he score on the 7th test? Well, the total he scored we have calculated here as 560 marks. So if he scored 486 in the first 6, we can find what he scored on the 7th test by simply subtracting from this. We have 74. So he scored 74 marks on the 7th test. So this is just based on the fact that we understand average. We have a total, which is the sum of all the data items and divided by the number of items. And we've told that there were 7 tests, that's the number of items. And he would have had the average being 80. And so we can calculate what that total was, which was 560. We take away 486, which is equivalent to 6 of the tests, and we have the answer 74 marks. Tony spent 3/8 of his money on a gadget. The amount he spent was £150. How much did he have at first? Well, they're telling us that 3/8 of his money was spent, and that amount is equivalent to £350. So we have that 3/8 of some amount that he spent is equal to £150. We can do this in one go using algebra. We call that amount x. So 3/8 of some amount he spent is equivalent to 150. So we have what? 3x over 8 is equal to 150. So we have 3x is equal to 150 times 8, which is 8 5s 40, 8 1s 8, and 4 12. So x is 1200. X is 1200 divided by 3, sorry. And that gives us 400. It's £400. We've done it in one swoop using algebra. So we know that 3/8 of his money, and this of means this 3/8 of, which is multiplied by some amount, and that's what we've used x as that amount. 3/8 of x is equal to 150. And then we just solve this equation. 3x over 8 is equal to 150, which gives us x is equal to 400. Another approach would be to consider that 3/8 is equal to 150. We can find for 1/8 by dividing 150 by 3. That gives us 50. So if we know 1/8 of his money is £50, and he spent 3/8 of it, he would have left with, if he spent 3/8, then he started with a whole and spent 3/8, so you would have 5/8 there. And we can find out what that 5/8 is because we know 1/8 is 50. So 5/8 is equal to 5 times 50. So we know he had remaining £250. And to arrive at the same answer, we just add what he had here initially, which is 150, to what he had remaining, 250, and that gives us £400. Let's write that. So 250 add to 150 give us £400. So it's a long way of doing it. We don't use algebra here, we just use concept of fractions. If he spent 3/8 of it, he has 5/8 remaining. And to find for 1/8, we've just divided 150 by 3, and we're able to find for 5/8, which we know he had £250 remaining. And if he spent 150, then we know the sum of 250 and 150 gives us the amount he started with in the first place. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Alistair. Keep practicing. Bye for now. Hi, how many times can you get a seventh from 21? In other words, this is asking how many sevenths are there in 21? Well, how do you find the number of sevenths in 21? Another way of asking this question would be to ask to divide 21 by a seventh. And so we'll be able to find how many sevenths are there in 21. And this becomes from a division to a multiplication, which is 21 times 7 over 1, which gives us 147. So there are 147 sevenths in 21. A waitress receives £48 in tips. She spends 1/3 of it. How much does she have left? Well, I'll try to do this problem. In fact, I'll do this problem in two different ways. First, if she spent 1/3 of it, which is 1/3 of £48, that gives 16. And to find the remainder, we take away 16 from £48 to give you £32. So 1/3 of it she spent, 1/3 of £48, which is £16. We subtract that from 48 to leave us with £32. The other way of looking at it is that if she spends 1/3 of it, then she's left with 2/3, because it's a whole. 1/3 from a whole gives us 2/3. So 2/3 of it is remaining, 2/3 of the £48, which again gives us £32. Two ways of doing the same problem. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Alistair. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Which of the following sets contains only multiples of 6? What are the multiples of 6? We have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, and so on. So we can strike out A to start with, because that's not a multiple. 4 is not a multiple of 6. B, we have 24 is in the list and 48, but 14 is not in this list of multiples. We've long gone past any number close to 14. In C, we have 6 is a multiple and 24, but not 15. And lastly, D, we have 6, 18, and also 24 occurs in this list, and it's the full set. So our answer is D. It has all multiples of 6. A coat is on sale for £700 plus 15% tax. How much does the coat cost? So they're asking us here to calculate how much is the final price after tax has been added. Again, I'll show you two ways of doing this problem. The first is we need to find 15%, because it's 50% tax on that £700, so we'll find what 15% of it is, which gives us a value of 105. So we'll pay £105 in tax on £700. So the total cost of the coat 700 add 105 to give us £805. Now the second way is to use the multiplying factor. If the coat is £700, that represents 100%. So the £700 represents 100%. And then we add in a 15% tax. So the tax is 15%. That gives us, the coat now is worth 115% of £700. Our multiplying factor is what we get when we divide 115 by 100 to give us 1.15. So this is our multiplying factor. And if we multiply this by 700, we go straight to get an answer of £805. So this is called a multiplying factor. We simply add 15% to 100%, which is the cost of the coat, excluding VAT or tax. And that gives us 1.15 as a multiplying factor, times 700 gives us £805. In both cases, we arrive at the same answer. Both methods are correct. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Alistair. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. A man wants to exchange British pounds for Polish zloty. The exchange rate is £1 to £5.50 zlotys. How many zloty does he get in exchange for £300? I'll show you two different ways of doing this problem. So we have £1 is equal to 550 zlotys. So for £300, it'd be 300 times 550 zlotys. £5, 5 zlotys, 5.5, sorry, zlotys. Which gives us 1650 zlotys. So 1,650 zlotys, equivalent to £300. The other way to do this is we can see that it's 5.5, which is 5.5 zlotys, so we can use fractions here. So we have £300 is equal to 300 times 5.5, which is 11/2. And this gives us 150 times 11, which again is 1650 zlotys. So both ways we arrive at the same answer. In the first, the calculation might be a bit cumbersome, doing a long multiplication, even though all you had to do is multiply 3 by 55 and add 3 zeros and then divide by 100 to get 1,650. In the second instant, we recognize that it's 5.5 zlotys, so we use fractions. 5.5 is equivalent to 11/2, and this is a lot easier and shorter to do. The time now is 18:30. What time was it 35 minutes ago? Well, let's just do simple subtraction. Now, it's not quite simple as I mentioned, because we're going to have to borrow from the hour column here, or two columns, which is 18 hours. There's 18 hours and 30 minutes. But when we take away 1 from here, it's not 1, it's not 10, it's actually 60 minutes. 1 hour. So if we write that, we have now 60 minutes added to the 30. So this can be rewritten as 1790. We're taking away 35 from that, which gives us 1755. Same here, we could have just added it here to give us 90, and we have 1755. So the time 35 minutes ago was 17 hours 55. The key thing here is that when you're borrowing 1, you're actually borrowing an hour from 18. And so an hour transferred to this part of the time is 60 minutes. You add that to your 30 to get you 90 minutes, and subtract 35 from 90 to give you 55. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Alistair, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hi there. Apples are sold at 4 different prices. Which of the following is the cheapest? We have A is 3 for 12 pence. B is 5 for 80 pence. C 8 for 40 pence. And D 10 for 30 pence. What we can do is just find how many apples we can get for 1 pence or 1 penny. So A, let's look at what we get. For A, we have 3 for 12 pence, so 1 will be 12 divided by 3, so 4 pence. So we get 1 apple for 4 pence in A. For B, we have 80 pence for 5, so 1 will be 80 divided by 5, which is 16 pence. C is 40 pence for 8, so that will be 40 divided by 8, and that's 5p each. And lastly D, 30 divided by 10, which is 3 pence each. Clearly D is our answer, because 1 apple costs 3 pence. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Alistair. I hope this has been helpful for those doing Common Entrance and 11+ exams. Bye for now. Hi, here's another question here for you. A tablespoon holds 40 milliliters of honey. How many tablespoons can be obtained from 0.4 liters of honey? Well, we have 2 units of measure here, milliliters and liters. We'll go ahead and convert our number of liters, 0.4, to milliliters, and then we'll be able to do any calculation a lot easier. We know that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. So 0.4 of a litre will be 1,000 times 0.4. That gives us 400 millilitres. And if 1 tablespoon holds 40 millilitres, then the number of tablespoons we can get from 400 millilitres is 400 divided by 40 gives our answer as 10. And there you have it. The key thing here is to convert all units to the same. So we have litres changed to millilitres. Alternatively, which will be a bit harder, is to calculate by converting from millilitres, 40 millilitres, to litres. You eventually get the same answer, but the calculation will be a little bit harder to do. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Alistair, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hi there. We have 30 bananas are needed to make 3 cakes. How many do we need to make 5 cakes? A quick glance at this will tell us that we need more than 30 bananas. So we have 30 bananas for 3 cakes. So for 1 cake it'd be 30 divided by 3 to give us 10 bananas. So 1 cake we need 10 bananas, and so for 5 cakes equal to 10 times 5, 50 bananas. Thanks for watching this video. My name is Alistair. I hope this has been helpful to those preparing for 11+ and Common Entrance examinations. Bye for now.